You know, these days when you think of social media, it is amazing how social media really has taken over our lives. I mean, it really has become the way that we connect with our friends and family. I actually love it. But did you know that 70% of us actually get our news from social media these days? I mean, it's true. That means that we're clicking on things from all over the world. But here's something to keep in mind. Local news is so extremely important, especially in our community. And Facebook knows that. And that's why they're providing all the support they can to local newsrooms. And it's coming from a very familiar face these days. Many of us came to know Campbell Brown from her many years as the co-host of NBC's Weekend Today and on CNN. But now she has a new role. She's the Vice President of Global News Partnerships at Facebook. With her extensive journalism experience, Brown was the perfect person to be the face of Facebook News. But why now? And why local news when Facebook has a global reach?
We care a lot about community, and we want to make sure that people have news and information about the place they live. And local news reporters especially, not only just report on their communities, they're part of their communities. I mean, people feel like they know you, and in many cases they do know you. And so you have a level of trust that I think a lot of journalists in this country right now, as we go through this kind of crazy time for journalism, don't have. And so we think it's really important to invest in local and focus on areas where people are really focused and they care more about the news that is about the place they live more than anything else.
Brown says it was easy for Facebook to decide which organizations to partner with and support.
We're kind of thinking about it two ways. The first is to work directly with news organizations, whether it's TV, newspapers, on making sure their business is in a secure place. The second part of it is to look at nonprofits that are doing great work in the space already and to support them. People can go for more information to facebook.com/Facebook Journalism Project. And I do hope they will and check it out because we really care about this and think it's hugely important.
And in the day and age of fake news, Facebook really has its work cut out for it. But Brown says they will rise to the occasion.
It's been a challenge for Facebook. Over the last 2 years, I started about 2 years ago, and I can tell you that fundamentally Facebook is a very different company than it was 2 years ago. They've made tremendous strides in dealing with these challenges. They focus on it a couple of ways. Number one is trying to disrupt financial incentives that are there for the bad guys. A lot of people think that fake news is driven by politics, but in fact, we found it's mostly about people trying to make money. So if we can disrupt those financial incentives, it really helps. We also use artificial intelligence to identify false news. And then we have people on the outside, fact checkers who are independent, who help us identify misinformation so we can downrank it. We still have a lot of work to do, to be clear, but we feel like we've made a ton of progress.